Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Risky Business. My name is Tim Thomson. I'm the host of your show today. And today we are fortunate to have John Armstrong with us to continue our conversation around cyber insurance and why it's so important and the value of it. And so today what I wanted to talk a little bit about is Cybersecure Canada, which is a federally funded initiative to help small and medium-sized businesses become more proactive and more secure within their security posture. So out of that, there's really 13 controls that a small, medium-sized business would need to implement. Things like business continuity, things like passwords, things like incident response plans, how do you deal with data, those sorts of things. And so some of the reasons why this is very important to consider, and if you don't know if you're a business and you don't know really where to start and you need cyber insurance and you want to strengthen your posture, these 13 controls are really important. And what's happening now is what we're seeing, and John will speak to this in a minute, but the insurance companies are starting to outline these controls and mandate that as a part of an application. And hopefully, potentially in the near future, they may potentially reduce some premiums along the way. It depends on the company. I don't know for sure. But nonetheless, John, why don't you speak to a little bit about the importance of Cybersecure Canada as it goes with the insurance piece?
Yeah, I think it's important, and I think small, medium-sized businesses are best suited to follow these best practices. And I think you alluded to it. Obviously, insurance companies are looking for you to do everything in your power to mitigate your exposure to loss. And as we've talked about, cyber insurance claims are going through the roof at the moment. So the ones that do follow these guidelines and put in more procedures and more stopgaps to help mitigate possible claims, the better off they are. And as you know, I'm not predicting necessarily, but I think there'll be a fewer number of insurance companies that stay in the game, and those ones will be able to dictate a little bit more as to what the pricing should be, what the coverages will be, and who they're taking on as companies. And so it's best for all companies that are interested in this, I'll say emerging coverage or emerging risk, or it's already been here for a number of years. It's just getting more and more dollar value to it. Following these 13 steps or these 13 recommendations are in the best interests of clients.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about a loss ratio on our last episode. Do you want to just run that by me again? Throw me those numbers.
Yeah, so year over year, second quarter 2019 to second quarter 2020, the loss ratio went up to 489%. So what that means is for every dollar the insurance companies have received in premium, they're paying out $4.89 roughly in losses. And so this is not, it's not a sustainable class of business as it is right now. So as companies, insureds start following these best practices a little bit more and start getting a little bit better at keeping up with the criminals, you're going to see, hopefully you're going to see the insurance coverage or insurance premiums reduce. It'll take a little bit of time, but the most important factor is obviously getting this coverage at all. And so this is a very important step for insurance or for insureds. If they want the coverage, they're going to have to do their best to mitigate their exposures. The ransomware attacks quoted from Allianz have gone up per incident from 340, I better check the numbers here, 340,000 per incident up to $520,000 per incident. So not only is the number of incidents going up, but the quantum per incident is going up as well. So these factors that mitigate are extremely important.
Yeah. It's interesting that you said that just the loss ratio, and at some point potentially maybe there's only going to be 3 or 4 of the big boys that will be available to provide that insurance. And so one of the things that we see a lot of now on the services side is that when we're doing RFPs or proposals, a lot of B2B want to know how you're protecting the corporations, the other people that you're doing businesses with data, right? And so at the end of an RFP, it'll ask, how are you securing my data? How do you use your passwords? And it basically follows and mirrors what the Cybersecure Canada does as well, right? So it's very important for a small and medium-sized business to take a look at that. You can just Google it online. You can find it very quickly. But a small business too has the ability to go out and hire a managed security company to come in and actually certify that you're implementing checking those boxes or those controls. And then you can take that certificate, you can take that to the insurance company, you can take that to the other people that you do business with, and show the business community that you've taken those proactive steps to make sure that you're doing everything that you can within your power to protect other people's data. Right.
Absolutely.
So that's a very important conversation to have, and that certificate you can find that fairly easily if you just go on the line there. But I realize the insurance companies are going to look really hard at that, and they're going to want to make sure that you're checking those boxes.
Yeah, I think it's on the majority of applications that I deal with. Who's your third-party IT company who handles your services? And also, as a business, of course, you want to make sure that in business-to-business transactions, that the people that you're doing business care about the data as much as you do, because ultimately it falls back on you. And these claims as they're increasing, I mean, if you get sued as the protector of the data, you'll all be named in a claim. So we want to make sure, to the best of our abilities, that we're not in that situation, and we mitigate our exposure as best we can. And that means making sure that our business partners do the same.
Yeah, and on that note, on those business partners, because I'm in the managed services business, just because we don't necessarily do B2B with our customers as managed services provider. However, as a partner to a company, the company needs to make sure that their managed service provider is taking the necessary steps to protect their passwords and all of their information, right? So it's not just a transactional between the two businesses. Anybody you partner with that provides services, like including IT, including security, including insurance, all need to make sure that they understand those critical components of Cyber Secure Canada. Because in the event that an IT company leaks your passwords, then there's going to be an insurance claim, and that will be frowned upon greatly. So with that said, if there's anybody out there that wants to get some more information on Cyber Secure Canada or how it relates to cyber insurance within the Canadian small business community, you can reach out to John Armstrong. How would we do that today?
So
to get a hold of you?
On LinkedIn, as we mentioned, my email address is jarmstrong@mycorinsurance.com, and my telephone number is 587-352-0545, and you can reach me at any time. Leave a message, text me, whatever works for you. As mentioned, I'm on LinkedIn as well, and I look at those messages as well. So 24-hour turnaround time on all those inquiries.
Well, that's pretty good timing. So, John, thanks for your time. Great information as always. And thanks for everybody for tuning in. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Tim.
Hey, hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, if you know somebody that wants to be our next guest, please click the link below. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you never miss another episode.